In this lesson, I'm going to show you everything you need to know about the basics of audio edits in DaVinci. Now in DaVinci, it's going to be called the Fairlight. Now, what you're going to do is, first off, make sure not to skip any part of the video. And without any further ado, let's just hop on to our lesson about basic audio edits by opening up DaVinci Resolve on our device. As you can see on my screen that I have already opened up DaVinci Resolve Studio. Now what I'm going to do is going to be making myself a new project. Now in the past lessons, I've given you everything you need to know about cut, cut, color, edits, and all of those. So the thing what you need to know about right now is going to be how to get the perfect audio by using DaVinci. Now, if you have no idea or no, let's say, experience about fixing your audio in other software such as Premiere Pro or iVideo and all of those, you don't have to worry because I'm going to be showing it to you how you'll be able to do it in DaVinci. Okay, there might be a couple of differences in a Mac OS or a couple of commands in Windows, so make sure to not skip any part. Okay, so first thing is first, we are going to be making ourselves a new project. So click on New Project, and I'm going to do is type in Audio Edits. Okay, hit on Enter, and it will open up my workspace. Now what I'm going to do is going to be, I'm just going to, let's say, just pass it on. Okay, there we go. We don't need it right now. What I'm going to do is just cut this off. Okay, so first thing first, I'm going to import my media, all of the ones which I have on DaVinci Resources, Control A, and open all of them up without any change. Now there are a couple of these audios which I'm going to be using. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to apply one of the audio on my timeline panel. So if I have one on my timeline panel, you will basically see that I'm going to do is just put it over here. Okay, let's just try with the video first and then try an audio. There we go. So we have a video and an audio. You can see this is how it will sound. Okay, so as this is how it sounds, now I'm going to do is just pause this. Okay, so from here I'm going to do is just take it up to this level from where it basically starts. Okay, now one thing is that when you are using any audio, let's say even your own audio, let's say you've recorded the audio and you want to make it better, or sometimes you get a music which you want to use to make your video better. So I'm going to be showing you how you'll be able to edit those. Okay, first off, you have this option right beside the color, which is Fairlight. Now when you go off the Fairlight, you will be able to see just the audio which you want to use. So play it up. So this is how it should work. Okay, now there are a couple of things which I'm going to introduce you to first, and then I'm going to get into my whole video how you'll be able to fix it. Okay, so first things first is that on the top of the screen we see our equalizer, or let's say our band. Now you can see the bus, the control room, the loudness, and all of the individual frequency of equalizers. Okay, so you can customize it later on, but let's get into our timeline. So just like we edit our video on our timeline panel, on this Fairlight we are only going to be seeing our audio which is being used. And you can also see that we have L and R. So L is for left, which is going to play on the left side of your speaker or your headphone, and R is for your right side. Then we can customize it the way you want it to be. Now first off, open up the scopes or keep it turned on, keep it toggled on, and then we're going to go into our edits. Okay, we have a couple of these options, audio 1, audio 2, and then our bus for our record. Now you can also record your own audio and use it. I'm going to suggest you using it, but you can also use a couple of other resources. That's also doable, and that's totally fine. Okay, now the first thing you have to fix is going to be the input and the order. Now, how do you want it to be like? Now, if you are using or if you want a corporate professional type of audio, make sure to fix in your order in equalizer, filter, and then dynamics. If you apply your own filters first and then dynamics, all of the filters, or let's say all the filters will be applied first, and then you will be able to customize the outcome or the filter and the audio together at the end. So make sure to fix out your audio first, which is going to come up in order, which is going to be equalizer first, and then go off the filters, and then go off the dynamics, which will make your audio sound a lot better. Okay, now where will you be able to fix it? Now go off to A1, click on that, and go off the last one, which is going to be equalizer, effects, and DY. Do the same thing on A2, equalizer, effects, and DY. So after you are done, you can see there's no input. Now you can put in input. You can click on that and apply, let's say, mic or the input 2 or the audio L1, L2. That's basically up to you. You can patch it up. You can see both of them has been patched up. Now if you want to unpatch it, click on it, unpatch, and there we go. It has been removed. So we also have our mic input, and you can see audio 1, audio 2, left and right. Okay, you can customize it whenever you want. After you're done, you can cut it off. Okay, you can also record your own audio and use it up whenever you want to. Okay, I'm also going to be showing you too how you'll be able to do that. But first off, let's show you a bit more about how the effects, filters, dynamic, and equalizers work. So if you have selected the equalizer first, then I'm going to suggest you that you work with the equalizer first. Click on this EQ option, click on that, double click, and there you can see that this type of interface will open up. Now, first off, you can see that there is this option. So I'm going to do is show you or keep it on the waveforms. Make sure to keep it on the waveform so that we can see the whole thing. You can also apply in timeline scrolling if you want to. If you don't want to, you can also unlock it if you want to. Okay, that's totally up to you. You can also apply in stroller. Then other ones you can see, it's basically up to you. Now, if you want to get a full, the view, then keep it on audio too. Okay, there we go. Now we can see the whole thing all at once. What I'm going to do is first off cut it over here. And I'm going to do is just zoom in a bit more so that we can see the whole thing and understand a bit more about it. Zoom in, and there we go. Now, first thing you have to know is about the waveforms and how it works. You can see a couple of these waveforms that some of them are quite subtle and some of them are spiking up and at the bottom. So that means at that part that is a high-pitched audio. Now, when you want to work or make your audio sound professional, you have to keep all of them on the same or around the same level to keep the bass line and keep the treble of the high notes to be smooth and ongoing. Okay, so first thing is first, open up equalizer again. Now on the band 1, this is where you are going to customize it the way you need it to be. First off, what you're going to do is select up the first audio which you want to customize. Now how are we going to do that? First off, make sure to keep the header on a part where it is at the lowest. There we go. Now on the band 1, you're going to do is fix out your frequency. Keep it on the slope or keep it on this one, and then fixing the frequency under 90 or so. Okay, so I'm going to do is keep it lower or keep it under or keep it around 90. Okay, there we go, 90. You play it up. We can now hear that the sound is a lot more better. Okay, so I'm going to do is cut this, pause it, and keep it back on the lowest parts of the audio. Go off the equalizer again, and then I'm going to do is going to be fixing my frequency. Okay, so fixing your frequency somewhere, let's say 87 is also perfect. You can play it up. You can also pause and unpause it, and then you're going to just fix in the first band. So turn on band 1, and then you're going to customize it the way you need it to be. There we go. The less you make it, you will basically hear that the sound is now decreasing or getting smoother. What I'm going to do is keep it somewhere around 80. There we go. 81 is perfect. Now, after I've selected this 81, now I'm going to go off to my band 2, from where I'm going to be selecting up a different waveform. Okay? So from here, what I'm going to do is click on this band 2, click on that one, and select this scope. Now from here, we're going to do is fix out the Q factor all the way up. Now find out the place where it should actually pop up. So I'm going to just increase it. And then I'm going to display it. Now you can hear that the part is now popping up, right? We can also keep it. But if you want smoother flow, keep it somewhere around over here. There we go. It has been applied too. And you can also apply your frequency or customize the frequency the way you need it. So I'm going to do is just reduce it just a bit. Okay, 160 is totally perfect. So after we are done, you can also customize it and keep it a bit low. So we can try that out. Keep playing. Then go off with the third band. Keep all of them quite the same. You can see the same. And the last one, I'm also going to be changing it. Now I'm going to do is keep it over here. On the Q factor, change it up. Select on the fourth one. Q factor all the way up. You can now hear that it's getting smoother. And the last one, band 5, open it up. Q factor all the way up. And now take it a bit lower. Okay? Now on the band 6, where we are going to make it smoother. So to make it smoother, what we're going to do is going to be turning on bandwidth. And then I'm going to do is going to be turning it all the way down so we get the last effect. So we are basically down. We fix out your frequency. There we go. Now comes out the part where we are going to fix out the high pitch. Okay. Now also, if you want to use different types of audios or music, well, I have a site, or I use a site where I get my royalty music from. So what you're going to do is going to be using or opening up any of the browser which you have on your device. Type in pixabay.com music, and from here you'll be able to use royalty-free music, which you can use on your YouTube, social media, and also for your clients' work. Okay, you can try that out. It's totally fine, which you can use. Now what we're going to do is going to be fixing out our effects, or you can also go off the dynamics. So first off, we're going to apply a bit of dynamics first, and then we're going to apply in our effects. So cut this off. This has already been applied. So we have our equalizer. We're going to apply the same thing over here. Apply this. I'm going to just turn it on. Keep it somewhere around 81. Select number 2. There we go. Turn all of them on. Turn it on. Turn all of those Q factors at the highest. Here we go. Keep it a bit low. There we go. Perfect. Now you can also apply which one you want. So let's say I'm going to use air. There we go. It has been applied. Now we're going to go off of the dynamics. Now the dynamics could sometimes be a bit confusing, but make sure to follow all the steps. First off, on the threshold, what you're going to do is turn on the compressor. You're not going to, apply or turn on the expander or the gate. First off, turn on this compressor. Now make sure that this is somewhere around minus 12.8. Gamma induced, just keep it on minus 12.8 or 12.7, totally perfect. And then you're going to do is going to be applying the ratio up to, let's say, 5 or 2. You know, how much you want to compress, basically. So, with Gamma induced, just apply that. There we go. Applied. And after I have applied that, now we can also apply the peak in the audio and see how it basically works. So we can also apply in a bit of attack inside of it, which we can use is going to be 1.2. So I'm going to do is just keep it somewhere around 1. You can see this is how it works. And customize it the way you want to. Now we're going to do the same thing on this one. Make sure to keep these buttons on so that it gets in the input. Now you will be able to see how it is basically working. Turn on the compressor. And I'm going to do is apply the threshold and fix out the makeup. I'm going to do is keep it somewhere around +5. Ratio 1. There we go. And fix the attack somewhere lower. It will keep it on the bass level, so you will get a very good type of audio which you basically need. Okay? And you can also change the effects which you want to use. So I'm going to do is just stop it. I can also apply in different orders. Let's say if you want to use DY effects and equalizer, it's also up to you, whichever one you want to use. So I'm going to do is just take it on the beginning. There we go. You'll be able to see or hear that it is now very smooth than the sound which you actually got on default. Okay? Try out these options and you will basically see how it basically works. Okay? So try all of them out and then you're going to do is fix out the limiter. Now when you fix in the limiter, you will basically see a lot of changes. So I'm going to pause it and then go off to my gate. So click on this. And then go off to apply these. Same thing, apply, open, go off the gate. Now from here, you're going to fix out the range and the threshold. Let's I'm going to do is just minus, fix in the threshold. I'm going to do is fix in the ratio if you can. Go off the expander. Apply, play it. And you can see how smooth it goes now, okay? How smooth the sound will be. So try them out, and you can also see that we're also going to be fixing up the attack. So reduce it just a bit, hold it in a bit so that it just holds in that, the beats and all of those and syncs it up. Okay, now as your sound gets smoother with time, you're going to do is fix up your makeup so that it applies a bit more effect to it. Okay. Check it out, and the last thing that you're going to do is going to be applying your own limiter. So after you apply your own limiter, you will basically see that apply it. You can see now it is now not going to the red part, so that means it is now a lot smoother. So to apply a lot smoother stuff, you can apply a bit of mix to it, and apply a bit of knee, and reduce that sound just a bit. You can fix out the makeup whenever you want. Go off the B, apply that, fix in the threshold, reduce it if it goes a bit too at the top, ratio, release, and then hold it a bit more. Okay, and apply your limiter, reduce your threshold, and you can see how it is working. Release it a bit and apply that. The higher you go, the sound will go higher. But keep it at the lowest so that it just goes up smoother and smoother. And then you can also apply what type of, applies or applications or DY or dynamics you want. Let's say I want compression. You can apply that. Now you can hear that the sound is totally different. But when you apply the basics, you'll basically see how different it actually is. Apply that up. Apply the threshold. Apply the range, apply the ratio, how much you want it to change, go off the gates, fix in the release, fix in the holes, attack, and play it up. Reduce it, and that is how it will sound. Apply your limiter. You can also see. So you can try out different types of audios, different type of effects. So it's basically up to you how you're going to work with it. And the last thing what you're going to do is going to be applying in your effects. You can go off the plus over here, whichever one you want. Let's say I want maybe a bit of delay. You can also apply that. That's totally fine. You can apply which type of sound you want. And this is how it will sound. If you don't want delay, you can turn it off. You can change it to different ones. Delete plugin. Go off the effects if I want distortion. You can see how it sounds now. You can apply high cuts. You can also go back and apply or shake the sound. This is how it sounds. If I change it to something else, let's say I want maybe crunchy, this is how it will sound. And you can also apply more effects at the same time, different effects. Click on that so you'll be able to customize it. So as I'm done with distortion, maybe I want a bit of reverb, applying reverb, customize it a bit. Redelay, reverb time, distance. So this is how it will sound, and you can see how the waves has changed now from the default. So hope you understood everything about how you'll be able to apply in basic changes to your audios. But I also have an advanced one where you will be able to learn a lot more on, the audios fixing or the audio edits in DaVinci. So just make sure not to skip any part and make sure to fix in your order first so that you can see or you'll be able to apply changes and make sure that your work is a lot more optimized at the same time. So hope you understood about everything, and if you still have any confusion or any question about any part of the lesson, feel free to ask me. I'm always there to help you. So without any further ado, let's just hop on to our next lesson of DaVinci Resolve.